There's something about this announcement that instantly grabbed attention, not because it's just another fight card, but because of where it's being positioned and what it represents. When Dana White started talking about a potential White House card tied to America's 250th birthday, a lot of people immediately assumed this was going to turn into something political. But according to him, that's not the angle at all. This is being framed very differently. Dana made it clear that the idea behind this event isn't about taking sides or pushing any kind of political message. Instead, he's presenting it as a celebration, something bigger than the usual fight promotion. A moment that reflects the history of the country, the culture around competition, and how far the sport of MMA has come to even be considered for a stage like that.
We're paying the entire bill on all of this. Everything that you're seeing, not $1 of taxpayer money will go into this. And this is the UFC's gift to the 250th birthday of America. And I think one of the myths that I would like to crush is, I don't care if you're far right, far left, right down the middle, wherever you sit politically, because everybody sits somewhere politically these days. This isn't about politics. This is about the United States. What this country is about, how it was built, where we all came from. If you love America, you're going to love this event. It has nothing to do with politics. We just happen to be in the White House lawn, and the President of the United States will be there.
And the most important part of what he said comes down to ownership and intent. Dana emphasized that the entire production would be covered internally. No taxpayer money, no outside burden on the public. In his words, this is something they're choosing to do as a gift, not something being funded or backed in a way that would tie it to politics or government agendas. That distinction matters, especially in today's environment, where anything connected to a place like the White House instantly becomes a bigger conversation. But if you look at it from a pure fight perspective, it actually says a lot about where the UFC stands right now. Years ago, the idea of MMA being associated with something as symbolic as the White House would have sounded unrealistic. The sport was still fighting for legitimacy, still trying to shake off old perceptions. Now it's not just accepted, it's being positioned as part of a historic national celebration. That shift didn't happen overnight. It came from years of growth, global expansion, and turning fighters into mainstream figures. So when Dana talks about this event as something that represents what the country is about, he's really pointing at that journey. The idea that combat sports, discipline, and competition are part of a larger identity. At the same time, you can understand why people are divided on it. Even if the intention is to keep it non-political, the location alone carries weight. Some fans see it as a bold, once-in-a-lifetime type of event. Others question whether it can truly stay separate from the environment it's tied to. But from Dana's perspective, the message is simple. This isn't about politics. It's about putting on a spectacle that reflects American culture through the lens of fighting, something raw, competitive, and real. And if this actually comes together the way it's being described, it wouldn't just be another card. It would be one of the most unique events the sport has ever seen. Not because of the fights alone, but because of what surrounds them. The kind of stage that changes how people look at MMA, and maybe even how moments like this are remembered long after the final fight ends.